In this video, I want to cover, it's a verse or a quote which resonates in today's modern life, where nothing makes sense. Up is down and down means up. Left means right and right means left. Male means female and female means male. A cat means dog and a dog means cat. So it's a rather strange world of epistemology where language and reality does no longer make any sense. Now, there's a verse in the Bible where we are told, if you love the world, then you are a part of it. And a part of his madness is craziness. But what I find interesting and I can't understand is, you know that immorality, sexual immorality, corruption is rampant in this world. But what I don't understand is, I'm not sure if it's just me, but Christians don't seem to have any problem. They just have their breakfast in the morning and they go out into the sinful economy, quite oblivious that we are living in end times, quite oblivious to the liberal, immoral agenda. They just brush their teeth, put their clothes on, make their money, and they're happy, as a duck floating on water. They're not really bothered about how this world is changing fast, and if you try to live a good life, you're going to have difficulties. I can never understand how these prosperity preachers, they don't seem to get depressed over the state of the world. They're happy. All they care about is flying their private jet, pretending they're preaching the gospel. They're making tons of money lying to people. They don't seem to have any depression. They seem to be happy. They go on TVs, doing good interviews, telling you how God wants to make you rich. They don't seem to have any spiritual challenges in their lives. And I can never understand that. They're not affected by the sin of the world. And that's when I became suspicious, because the world is moved on from Paul's day, from Saul, from Timothy, St. John, the early days of the persecution. We are closer towards end times. You can see, I hope you can see me, right? You can see that the world is just gone zombified. Immorality is just sky high. Yet these pastors are happy. They put their suits on, their skirts on, their clothes on, week after week, and to them it's business as normal. They don't face any challenges in their lives. They always got a smiling face. And you're thinking, is it me? I was just looking at some of the, news where the Tory party, they were fighting for, people are starving. People are trying to put food on the table. Inflation, the cost of living. And all the Tory fighting about was whether you could call a person a male or a female. That's all they're fighting over. They don't care that people are struggling to feed their families. They're fighting over whether you have the right to call a man or a woman a woman. While people are starving, they're pushing this trans agenda. But the church just continues happy and smiling, making their money. They've become amoral. It's all about prosperity. It's all about God wants to make you rich. There's no morality. There's no moral crisis in their preaching. And I'm looking at it. I get depressed. I'm not going to hide it. I get depressed. I look at the state of the world. I'm thinking, oh my God, how much more can I take? But these preachers and these pastors, they're happy. They have no problem. They're happy. They're always happy. What is it about them? They got private jets. They live in mansions, and it's the poor people that are funding them. For them to give us pipe dreams, for them to give us lies and deception. That's how they get rich, by talking positively. Of course they're positive. We made them positive. We've given them our little money we've got. That's why they're positive. It's a business for them. They don't care about the state of the world because they're part of it. They endorse it, they promote it, because at the end of the day, it's all about getting paid. And they don't want to, they don't want to upset the cattle part. You know, so it's horrible. I find the world very depressing, very depressing. You know, but I don't understand how the preachers in these end times, they're happy, they're positive, with their private jets and the millions. Nothing ruffles their feather, nothing at all bothers them. And do you know why? Because at the end of the day, it's all about money. It doesn't matter how immoral the world is. These pastors, have you noticed, you don't hear of any weeping Jeremiah, you don't hear of any pastors crying over the state of the world. They don't get depressed over the state of the world. Why not? They're all happy. They're sitting with the governments. They get tax breaks. They don't pay any tax, and they live in a mansion claiming the church owns it. They're flying private jet, and they pretend the church owns a private jet. And you've never seen the comfortable leather seat. You've never sat on it. You've never been to a pastor's mansion, yet you own it. It's no wonder they're happy. It's no wonder at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much the world is breaking, the world is immoral. These pastors never weep or cry or get depressed over it. And the reason being, we've been conned. They're playing us for suckers. You need to worship God in your house. Oh, I can tell you some things that's my next video. You know, how I left Christianity and end up worshiping God at home. Because when I look how corrupt it is, the way the world is so nasty, yet the pastors are happy. I've always wondered, how is it always, even years before this, immorality. I've always questioned, how the pastors never cry and never get depressed over the state of the world. And when you look closely, you see why.